24 hours.
And Ortho Access is now open in Portland and Auburn for walk-in orthopedic care for recent injuries, pain, sprains, and strains.
Whether you suffered a fracture on the field or experiencing new
under center, because under center a lot of times it kicks forward and goes into the defense.
It hits on the tip and it's gone.
Yep.
Oh, God trap, and they were having nothing doing there. Oxford Hills, number 74.
Austin Dowdy.
Austin Dowdy, and number 2, was it?
Cade Truman.
Cade Truman. Boy, I'll tell you what, they were all over that one. The God trap has been really good for them. No, 34, I'm sorry.
Yep.
It looks like Cheverus going to take a timeout. I'm sorry, Oxford Hills. We'll take a 30-second timeout also. This is Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We'll be right back.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February.
Back, Bulow Stadium, 2:31 to go until the half. Oxford Hills used the timeout to see if they could stop the clock with 3rd and 11. Here's Reality going to throw the ball, and it's way high. Again, I think when I was here 2 weeks ago, that was an issue. Cheverus, so they're going to have to kick. So that timeout for Oxford Hills was timely because that incomplete pass stops the clock with 2:28. They're going to get the ball, in position and a chance to maybe pop one in before the half. They'll put that ball in the air. So ready to kick. Looks like Tompkins. Something 2. I think it's 82.
Yep.
Short kick, going to be off the side of the kick and going to go out of bounds in Cheverus territory. Looks about the 43. So Oxford Hills will have the ball at the Cheverus 43-yard line with 2:28 to go, Tasker, until halftime. A chance to pop.
Yeah, definitely. They got plenty of time. Even if they had to drive the whole field, I'd still.
I believe they have 1 timeout left. Double slots. Carson in the gun. He's going to hand it to his fullback. Nothing doing there. LaFrance gets nothing. Actually, I think he lost a couple yet. And the clock's running. So 2:18. You can hear the coaches yelling, hurry up, hurry up. So they're on the line of scrimmage, and now they're going to come back quick. Quick huddle. Back out. Just about 2 minutes to go. Everybody set. Turner to the right. Going to drop straight back. Oh, he's got a man open deep. He's going to run it. And, he makes a nice cut around the blocker. And he's going to get down to the 11-yard line. With 1:48 to go, they're going to stop the clock to reset the chains. So they won't have to use a timeout here. He had a man. This man broke wide open.
Yeah,
it would have been
Alex Turner down this sideline.
Yeah, it would have been. Turner would have seen touchdown. I don't think he had time to see him. But you know what? He made an adjustment. He got a nice block downfield by Mike Bonang. So the downfield been key. So it's first and, they're going to say first and goal from the 10. It's just inside the 10-yard line. 1:40 to go, and the clock is running. Double slots. Colton Carson, they've got a timeout left. He cuts back, and he fumbled the ball. I think Cheverus might have gotten that. I couldn't see. They're a pretty good pile up there. Ooh, that would be a huge turnover. This is they can pop it in. It just kind of popped out of his hands. No, and Cheverus has the ball. I didn't see who recovered. You can tell by the fans next to us. With 1:27 to go on the 5-yard line, the ball just kind of squirted out, and Cheverus fell on it. They still have 1 timeout, and we'll see what Cheverus decides to do. It's got to be careful taking a knee unless you're under center. So 1:27 to go here until the half. Cheverus is going to come out. Reality's going to be up under center. I formation. They're probably going to just try to run an ISO in here. Fumble the ball. That's the second fumble. He falls on it. Looks like Oxford Hills maybe is not, and they're going to save that timeout if they can. Reality going to come all the way to get the play. 1:10 to go.
74 Austin Dowdy, 2nd and 10.
So 57 seconds to go here at Blue Stadium with the Vikings leading 7. Cheverus backed up against their own goal line after they recovered a Colton Carson fumble on the 5-yard line. The Vikings have one timeout. Stuff him here. I think they might use a timeout. Oh, ball on the ground. He picks it up and goes down immediately on about the 1-yard line. Again, we're having some technical difficulty. We apologize. 31 seconds to go, 21-7 is their last timeout. So what Cheverus would like to do is, if they take a knee, the clock's not going to completely run out, and then they'd be punting from their own end zone. So it looks like they're going to try to maybe go I formation and come right at them. And I would suspect that Oxford Hills will see that. Oh, he's going to get some running room. So the ball is handed to Ian Trafford. He gets out the first down with 23.7 seconds to go. So that immediate pressure off the Stags for not turning it over down in there tight. So I think they're going to let the clock run out. There's no, Oxford Hills has no time. And they're going to wait and let it run. Seven seconds and counting.
Carson, Lucia, and Bonang have been off the field. They were walking 15 seconds ago. Everyone else was just
at
standing
halftime here at Blue Oak Stadium at Cheverus High School, the Oxford Hills Vikings are late. So I think they're going to let the clock run out. There's no, Oxford Hills has no time. And they're going to wait and let it run. Seven seconds and counting.
Carson, Lucia, and Bonang have been off the field. They were walking 15 seconds ago. Everyone else was just
at
standing
halftime here at Blue Oak Stadium at Cheverus High School, the Oxford Hills Vikings are leading the Stags 21. The Stags will get the opening kickoff in the second half. This is Dave Wing alongside Tasker Winslow. We're coming to you from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. About 3 minutes here for a break, and then we'll come back and kind of recap the scoring. So we'll be right back.
So the athlete is usually either sent over from their athletic trainer, from their primary care physician, or sometimes from the school directly. My goal is always to get these kids in 4 hours from the time of their injury. There are a few reasons why they would need to go to the ER that after, if they had an injury at a game, the athletic trainer usually takes care of. But most of the time these kids are fine enough to wait until the next day, just rest that night, and then we'll see them the next morning. So the first bit is like other, for me, more return to play. It's not a tool that helps to diagnose necessarily. I don't use it to diagnose a concussion. It helps me to really determine how they get back to more to their sporting level. So it's really an adjunct rather than the tool. Usually, if it's going on 2 weeks, we don't recommend going to PT in those first 2 weeks. We just try to get them better. The majority of people will improve in that amount of time. If they're still having symptoms after a couple of weeks, then we'll discuss maybe getting into some rehab to see if we can hasten their recovery. That being said, when we work with professional athletes, a lot of times they are trying to get right in. They need to get back, so we are getting them into rehab, sometimes right away, to try to hasten their recovery as well. So the follow-up for me for concussions, once again, depends on their symptoms. After our initial visit, we'll really discuss our plan for the short term and any restrictions for school and sports. I usually have the parents contact me, usually within about a week, to let me know how the student's responding. And if they have resolution of symptoms, there's no reason to follow up. If they're still having symptoms, that I will usually discuss once again my thoughts for the next week. And if they're just not responding over a couple weeks, that's when I usually start seeing them back. Or if I have an athlete who's been having symptoms for weeks and weeks on end, that really needs kind of a closer follow-up. We'll follow up with them quite regularly with their physical therapy to make sure that they're progressing in the right direction.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point. The other guys look a little underdressed with you with a shirt and tie on.
Yeah,
but,
well, you got to look the part, right?
No, that's right. So tell me what you saw here this afternoon so far.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with Oxford Hills. It's the first time I've seen them this year, and other than the fumble going in for what might have been a clinching touchdown,
yeah, could have put the game away.
I mean, really, a solid first half. They're moving the ball nicely on the ground and through the air, and Colton Carson just looks the part from central casting of a quarterback, certainly at the high school level, and he's tough to bring down when he runs the ball. He certainly throws a nice pass too. They dropped another what could have been a touchdown. This could be 35-7 right now.
Sure.
And I guess Cheverus, on their part, they've got to feel good. They're within 2 touchdowns. They've had glimpses moving the ball a little bit here and there. They had the one long touchdown pass, but for the most part, they're going to have long, sustained drives with a lot of runs, and that's tough to do when you're behind and battling the clock as well as battling a pretty good defense. So they've kind of dug a pretty steep hole here, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't think that Cheverus throws the ball well enough to make a big comeback. I don't think that's really was never John's style.
No.
Beat teams and wear them down and so on. Yeah, Carson, I know that his plan is to go on and play baseball a lot, and he is a great baseball player. I'll tell you, he's a pretty good football player.
I'm sure some schools would love to have him under center or helping out in some role. No question. I mean, he's just a natural athlete, and I bet he'd succeed in any sport he wants to pursue.
Oh, he's a basketball player.
Sure.
So you saw Portland NEL last night.
Yep.
Portland lived up to their bill.
They're right now they're clearly the favorite. Although I do feel like Oxford Hills is the one team in the region that could, of course, square off in 2 weeks. What'll be a great game up in Oxford, and I'm hoping to be able to see that one myself if I can work out the timing. But throw the ball occasionally, and they play really good defense. They hit hard. They really set the tone in that game last night, I thought, with defense early on. Some big hits, Edward Little, and of course once their quarterback. Portland's looking good, and the way I see it right now, Oxford Hills is the team that's most on their tail at this point.
The Elwich, is he leading Class A?
He is by at
North
least
and
100
South?
yards. Yeah. Well, I don't have the South stats,
Oh,
but as
okay.
far as Class A North goes,
North,
he's
no
clearly he probably is, because any TA are only playing a half anyway. You know, they're not playing full games. So, yeah, Elowich has done well, but it's not just him. I mean, Ope's playing solid at quarterback, and then they have a revolving door of about 4 or 5 other kids who are handling the ball. A couple of kids who transferred in this year have been big additions for them, and Ben Trefethen. Both are good offensively, and even more importantly, hit hard at the linebacker position. So Portland's got it all clicking right now. They've got a great place kicker, missed a PAT all year. So, I think they feel like not only can they win the region this year, but they can actually give whoever they see on state final Saturday.
Sure. I saw TA last night because Wyndham's having a
Do it anyway. I mean,
a
not to
little bit.
discount
Oh, yeah.
Massabesic, but I mean,
No, a little
realistically,
bit,
from a
sure.
competitor's perspective.
I certainly did
you know.
that. Well, listen, Michael, thanks very much. We're at Cheverus Bulo Stadium, 21-7, the Vikings at halftime. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be right back.
OA Centers for Orthopedics. Playing on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
No one likes to wait for anything. Who has extra time to waste?
The answer is no one.
It used to be hard to get in here, but things have changed.
We know that when you're in pain, you want to see the right away.
Your world is moving fast, and so are we.
If you've been hurt at work, at home, on the field, or on the course, we can see you fast.
Ortho Access is now open in Auburn at CMO Monday through Friday, 11 to 5. Come visit us with your acute injuries, pains, and strains. We'll get you back to the activities you love.
Oxford. Dave Wing alongside tackle. Not a lot of surprises. I think listen to Michael. Cheverus going to get the opening kickoff of the second half. We'll find out what they can do with that. I could make the case that if they don't do something pretty quickly, they're not a come-from-behind type of team. They like to be ahead. They like to run the clock. They run their buck sweep and their belly and whatever, and it's hard to do that when you're behind.
Yeah, I'd say that this game right now should be 35-0, and we should be getting some running clock going into the second half. If you take away the 70-yard touchdown from Cheverus, if Colton Carson wouldn't have tried to jump the route, if Parker LaFrance would have caught that ball, perfectly thrown ball to him, that'd be another touchdown, and then Colton fumbling inside the 5, that's another touchdown. So, like I said, it should be 35-0.
Sure. I wouldn't be surprised we see Oxford Hills take a little more time in and out, wait for the officials, see if they can't run the clock a little bit and shorten this game up, because don't think that Cheverus has that kind of a team where they're explosive or whatever. Now, I think we're going to see Waggle. I'm sure we'll sweep.
Yeah.
But again, they're not a come-from-behind team. Now, that doesn't mean if Oxford Hills gives the ball up to them a couple times that they can.
Right.
But I don't think that's their preferred style. They'd like to get out in front, control the ball, hold the ball, wait as long as they can to snap the ball, and see what.
Yeah.
So again, this is a key battle for the Northern Division.
This really is that the second spot in the Heel Point standings. This will.
Yeah, I think temporarily. You never know what happens, but I think Portland is clearly right now #1, and I think the winner of this game will, like you say, will jump up into the number 2 spot and be pretty solid because it's a heel point game for either team.
Right.
So I think this is, we said this before the game started, that this is a big game for both teams. And whoever comes out with a win in this game will take not a commanding, but a pretty solid spot in which you get a bye going into the playoffs. Now, I've said, Mike Haley and I used to talk about this, being ex-coaches. During the season, you sure don't want to bye because you have that, you break your momentum of going or whatever.
Right.
The only good thing I can see out of a bye when you get to playoff time is chance to rest up. Tasco Winslow's hurt. We get a chance to get him ice and rest up and get him back for the playoffs. Other than that, those are the things for me. You give your kids a couple days off. But again, you change the routine, and what you can't do is to have to practice. That ain't going to work. First of all, you don't even know you're going to play.
Right.
And so anyway, I've not been a proponent. Now, this is something that Cheverus does that I really like. Because they only run about 8 plays, they go down now and they're saying, okay, this is actually running. And they ask the people to line up where they're actually seeing them run. And then they're running the plays with slightly different blocking. They can do that because they don't have to remember 25 plays. They only got about 6. And I've seen this work for Cheverus, especially for John, not only here but wherever he's been, because they only run a few play adjustment instead of saying, all right, we're gonna trap the end on the belly. This half, we're gonna block the end out with a halfback, and the trapper is gonna turn up. Totally different, and the other team isn't ready for it because they haven't seen it.
Yep.
So when you don't have many plays, you can do that fairly easily. So to start this half with a score 21-7 Oxford Hills, the Stags will take the second half kickoff. They're going on the radio anyway from the left. The Stags are going left to right, the Vikings right to left, and Yannick Lushka. By the way, I love when they come over and tell us we're not saying it right. We're the ones over the loudspeaker. We're doing it on the radio.
Yeah.
And we do know how to say his name. So
we know Yannick.
We know Yannick. We know him very well. I've seen him in a couple of sports. So here he is, ready for the kickoff to start the second half. Oh, it's a short kick. It's going to go to about the 20-yard line. It's going to go out of bounds. So Cheverus has a choice, and I think they're going to take the ball at the 35-yard line. So that makes to start out this half. So the ball will be placed on the field on the 35-yard line. Mark Reale, the quarterback for Cheverus, is going to get into the huddle. He's gotten the play. No time off the clock because nobody touched the ball. So they're going to come out 1st and 10. They're going to have a split end to the right, tight end, tight wing to the left. Wing T formation with an up back. Here's buck sweep. Tompkins going to their left. No gain. And again, I think other than that one time, they got a little bit of yardage outside. They've been buck sweep and jet sweep. They really have.
Yeah, they have. I mean, right, like you said, there's been a couple times where they've let it get out around the outside, but getting the edge and containing.
Yeah, I think, when you have access to, you can find online every game that they played and watch every film, and pretty soon you get to know them as well as they know themselves. Mike Haley always used to say you have to scout. What's the other team seeing? Oh, that's a tendency. I formation, drop straight back. There's a quick pass. It's Tompkins again. He's going to be tackled for about a 5-yard gain. But again, I think something we haven't seen from them. They've tried that a couple times, hasn't been successful.
Yeah, I think what they were running before was like a quick out or a straight out, but that time I think it was just a hitch.
Just a hitch to the outside.
Yeah, easier throw, easier catch. It's, a guaranteed 5 or 6 yards depending on how you run it.
Yeah, the hitch allows him to look for the ball a little quicker, and you can hitch to the inside and hitch the outside. Everybody's a little different. Hitch the issue between the defender and the ball. So tight end, tight wing, I formation, ball up the middle, number 24, Ian Trafford. Oh, and they're going to go no huddle and come right at it. Wing T formation, tight end, tight wing. Reale wants a timeout. He didn't like the defense. So we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. Also, we're coming from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. 21 Oxford Hills over Cheverus. We'll be right back.
here at Maine Fundraising to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10 every year, which is really a lot to get the stuff the kids really need to run a school program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic is to develop relationships on the ground, both community and help together and produce.
21-7, Oxford Hills over Cheverus. The Stags didn't like the looks of the defense. They took a timeout. This is Dave Wing alongside Tasker Winslow. Tyler Farnham on the camera. Cheverus with a 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to go for it. They called timeout because they didn't like the defensive setup. We'll see. It's going to be tight end, tight wing. They're going to shift. They wanted them to get in their place, power I, and they got to come right to it. And, oh, it's close.
Nope.
I don't think he got there. Oh, he might have got it right there. Looks like the spot. It looks like he spotted over the line. So, oh, boy, they moved the chains in a hurry.
Yeah.
So, first down with 10:13 to go here in the 3rd period. So, Cheverus went for it at 4th down at midfield, just almost at midfield. So, that tells you how, I'm sorry, the 45-yard line. That tells you how serious they think this deficit is.
Yeah. I mean, there's really not much you can do about that. It was 4th and inches.
Yeah, they shifted to a power I at the last second and just powered up in there. Wing T, ooh, I thought
that was a false start, too.
I think so, too. Over the middle, there, now he caught it. And Tompkins, he came from wing back all the way across. And Tasker, it's another example. The Oxford Hills defender went for the tip or the interception, missed it by an inch. And it's about a 40-yard reception down to the 9-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Tompkins on a tremendous catch right over his shoulder and a nice pass. Pretty
that was
good
a perfect
pass.
throw.
Second half, if he can connect on passes like that. So 9:40 to go. The Tompkins crew right over here next was pretty happy. So 1st and goal from about the 9-yard line. Motion, fullback belly, and oh, they got leakage up inside and gonna lose about 5 yards. They'll probably spot it back, so it'll be about more like 4 yards. But
he stripped the ball too, and Cade Truman had the ball at the end of that. But
wow, they're gonna give him forward progress way down there. I don't think so. He was hit.
Not only did they just miss that it was a fumble recovered by Oxford Hills, they also gave him about 4 extra yards.
Well, I think what they said is his forward progress is stopped, and that's interesting because a lot of times when you see aiding the runner, which is legal now, they allow that lot of stuff to go. So I thought that was a poor spot here.
It wasn't that he was trying to go forward and got pushed back. He went laterally and lost about 4 yards, and then was tackled.
Yeah.
So that's a terrible spot and a terrible
another timeout.
missed call.
So they've used their second timeout here with 8 to go in the 3rd period. That you never want to do that to use a timeout that early. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. Central Maine Community College Hamilton Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. We'll be right back.
Life doesn't pause when you're in pain. We understand that you want to keep up. Don't stay sidelined from making some of life's best memories. Visit the orthopedic specialists at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
Vikings 21-7. Cheverus has taken their second timeout of the 3rd period in this half. So kind of a surprise there. I think that they twice have seen in situation they didn't like what they were seeing defensively, so they used the timeout. So the ball 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line.
Using those 2 timeouts could come back to hurt him in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. You try to save him as long as you can. Double wing, 2 tights. Tompkins going to take it around the end. He's got some speed to the corner.
Yeah.
And, oh, look at the flags coming. I don't know what it was, but
there were
flags coming all over there. It looked like Flag Day.
Parker LaFrance was held very blatantly on the edge, and I don't think that's what they were throwing it for, but if not, they missed that.
There were 3 flags all over the place. See what the signal is.
I think it
is holding against the Stags. So they're going to go back 10 yards. Yeah, everybody saw it. You know, when more than one guy throws it, you know it's definitely a penalty.
Parker was trying to contain that, and he had 2 handfuls of his jersey.
So that's going to bring them down. It's back, and it's going to make it 2nd and goal from the 22-yard line. 21-7, the Vikings. And a development here that you and I have seen, and that is that the Stags have used 2 of their 3 timeouts for this half already. Not what you want.
Especially when you're down 2 touchdowns trying to come back.
So the clock is running, 8:18. 21-7 here in the 3rd period. Stags come out. Split to the right, flanker to the left. Straight drop back, quick out. And the ball is thrown behind. But again, good, tough defense there. Orium caught the ball. He picked up about 4. So it's going to make up 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line. I'm sorry, the 14-yard line.
3rd down.
7:41 to go. So a big play here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a drag opposite or maybe a bootleg again. These coaches from Cheverus, one of their favorite plays. Inside counter, almost got the ball jarred loose, but then picked up a couple of yards. It's going to take it down to the
82 Tompkins to the
Tompkins on the counter. Nothing there. I mean, they were leaking through. So 4th and goal from the 11, I guess. And big call here for the Stags.
Looked like there were more defenders in the backfield than there were.
Yeah, they were all through there. So Reale coming back. We got a low-flying helicopter, I'd say life flight, headed for the hospital. So double split to the right, split end to the left. Reale dropping straight back. He's got a man go to the corner, and it's pulled down by Turner. Turner intercepts in the end zone. You know, it was a good-looking throw. Turner just cut in front of it. He had coverage all the way, so it's a touchback, and the ball to the 20-yard line. So the Vikings stave off that offensive drive by the Stags.
20-yard line where the Vikings will take over.
So we'll see what they've cooked up for the second half on offense. Again, you don't want to stop your attack, but you don't want to take foolish chances because you don't want to give them a quick touchdown with an interception or a fumble early in this 3rd quarter. You want to run it and you want the other team to be discouraged that they're still behind.
You know, I'd like to say that I taught Alex everything he knows.
Okay,
but,
there we go. See?
But I'm pretty sure he was better than me.
Spoken like a true defensive back. Uchka in motion, but they're going to hand it to the fullback, and, you know, that's been good for them all day. Fake to the jet sweep and a little trap inside and a hand to the fullback. So what it is, really, it's guard trap with a fake jet sweep.
Yep.
And, again, it's a standard play from that offense, and yet it does what they need. So 5. I guess that's a 5.
I think that's a 6.
To go. Is it a 6?
I think so.
6:06 and counting. Double slot, their typical formation all season. His motion. Oh boy, Colton Carson almost got through, and if he gets by that first guy, he's gonna go a long ways. So no gain for them. That was Callahan on the tackle. And, boy, he gets by Callahan. He's off to the races. So 3rd and 5. And a big 3rd and 5 here because you want to get a first down so that if you do have to punt, the great kicker, Yannick Luchka, get them. Colton Carson, he's going to drop straight back. He's got some pressure. Oh, almost intercepted, and he missed it. Off to the races.
Well, that's a face mask. Oh, they got it. They got it.
And so Alex Turner on the catch, and he picked up about 40 yards on just a quick one. It looked like it was going to be intercepted for a touchdown, didn't it? And then all of a sudden, off, and Alex Turner turned on the Jets up the sideline, and we've got a penalty flag. You thought it was face mask on the offensive guy, right?
No,
Reaching
on the
back?
defense, definitely. Alex, you saw his head get turned around, and he took about 4 or 5 steps, with his head turned like that. So it was pretty obvious.
Makes me nervous. The officials are having a conference. They make me nervous. Here's a signal. Personal foul, face mask on Cheverus. Now, he didn't say. So personal foul means it's a 15-yarder, which is big here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see them march it off. The call was on about the 37-yard line, and they'll march it off from there. Going to toss it into the linesman here.
That was a good call, though.
Yeah, you saw it right away.
Oh,
you
yeah.
had a good angle on it, and that was a tremendous catch. And, he took a chance. If it's picked off, it's a pick six. There's nobody out there, but Colton Carson zipped that ball in, and it worked.
Especially with Oriem out there defending that. If he would have gotten that, he would have been gone.
He's gone all the way. Here's fullback up the middle of France, and he's going all the way for the touchdown from 22 yards out. Just a scamper by LaFrance.
So now he has a 36-yard touchdown run, a 22-yard touchdown run, and a 31-yard touchdown catch.
So that makes it 27-7. Luchka on the kick. High snap, places down, and it is good. So as we come up the field, it's 28-7. The Vikings ahead of the Stags from Cheverus. 4:56 to go. The Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Central Maine Community College Hamilama Game of the Week. We'll be right back after this minute of messages.
When you're hurt at work, at home, or on the field, you may think you only have 2 choices.
Visit the ER or wait weeks for an appointment with a specialist.
But who has time to wait? We know you don't.
We get it. It used to be hard to get in here, but things have changed.
We know that when you're in pain, you want to see the right doctor right away.
Our patients are busier than ever, so we've made it easier to get quick access to specialized orthopedic care.
We now have 2 ways for you to be seen by one of our orthopedic specialists on your time: spine access and ortho access.
If you've got back or neck pain, call us at 1-855-96-SPINE to schedule an appointment with Spine Access. You'll see one of our orthopedic spine specialists within 24 hours.
And Ortho Access is now open in Portland and Auburn for walk-in orthopedic care for recent injuries, pain, sprains, and strains.
So whether you suffered a fracture on the field or experiencing new sudden onset back.
We're back here at Bulow Stadium, 28-7. Oxford Hills over Cheverus. That's Paco LaFrance's 3rd touchdown, 2 rushing, 1 passing. The kickoff return is back to the 33-yard line. So Cheverus will take over there, and they've got a tall task ahead of them with 4:51 to go here in the 3rd period. They're not what you would call typically a come-from-behind team, but they're going to have to do so now. 2 wide receivers to the right. His fullback Belly to the left. Wide receivers to the left also. I got right and left a little mixed up there.
Little brother,
Sure.
I get called that all the time.
And your mother goes, yeah,
whichever
you,
one
whatever
you are.
Yeah, your name. So 4:22 and counting. I think you probably expected Oxford Hills to have smooth sailing here. I thought it might be a little tighter game, but 28-7 at this stage. Reality drops straight back, and then he rolls. He's going to go deep.
That's intercepted.
And it's tipped. And Colton Carson went up. I thought he was going to pick it, and it got tipped, and then it had a shot. Tompkins had a chance to almost dive for it. It was up in the air, but nothing doing.
When Colton Carson was up in the air fully extended, that's that's a lot of length right there.
Yeah, the sky goes away there in that one. So incomplete with 4:01 to go here in the third period. Don't forget, after the game, we will give you the Goodwin Chevy Oxford Hills Player of the Game. We've got some pretty good candidates right now. What do you think? Great candidates, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I already know who I'm leaning towards.
He's already cast his vote. It's a little early. Orium going to get away from Turner, but no, nice follow-up. Number 43, Cole Dunham, followed up from inside and made a nice tackle. So it's a first down.
Ball will be marked on the
Cheverus 41-yard line now. So again, Reale starting to open it up a little bit and throw the ball. With 3:52 to go here in the third period. 28-7, Oxford Hills. I can't decide. First I put the sunglasses on, then I take the sunglasses off. Good crowd for this game on a nice Saturday afternoon here in September. Handoff deep to the tailback. Oh, he's got some good yardage. That is Ian Trafford on the carry.
Looked like Cade Truman and Alex Turner on the stop. Cole Dunham in the mix somewhere there.
Looks like a pickup about 7, so 2nd and 3 or 4. The guy doing the downs marker is pretty interesting how he sets it up. He's a little late each time, and it's been, I don't know. He's got an interesting look at the ball, I guess, from where we are. 2:53 as the clock continues to run. It keeps shortening up for the Stags. Up the middle again, close to a first down. Looks to me that was Tegan Lindstead. So it looks to me like, oh, they did call it a first down.
That might be a little generous there.
Well, it's kind of gone that way so far. So 3:38, I'm sorry, to go in third period. And the clock continues to run. Coming to you from the 96.9 The Ox, 1450 AM and MBR radio. Tyler Farnham on the camera. Dave Wing alongside Tasker Winslow from Bulow Stadium at Cheverus. I formation. Here's the fake, a roll behind. Oh, he's got a man deep. He's got him. Orium is going to be tackled by Alex Turner. Down to about the 12-yard line. Wow, I was kind of surprised. He was wide open there.
Yeah. Well,
so Oxford Hills pass defense all of a sudden has been a little suspect.
He had 3 defenders near him, but
Yeah.
none of them close enough.
It's interesting. It looked like man because he was on that left-hand side and Turner came all the way across with him, and yet they had a free safety back there. So, and still they were able to complete in there. You know, because 2 weeks ago I said Reale didn't throw that well, but he's thrown fairly well today. He had a couple overthrows, but. So 1st and 10, I said the 12. It's more like the 14. Oh, nice cutback. Again, that's Lindstead. You know, some of the guys moved, some of them didn't. That was interesting again. Although I think the ball snapped, so they were just slow, I guess. There is a penalty flag.
That came way after.
Looks like it's late, though. Yeah, this is either something happened right there, either a face mask or I didn't see it.
I think it was long enough. Somebody must have said
Personal
something.
foul on the Vikings. Well, if you're going to have one, that's the place, half the distance.
Yeah.
2-yard penalty.
Against Oxford Hills.
Didn't
half the distance to the goal.
Didn't see what it was, but you get 2 of those and you're going to sit.
First and goal from the 3.
Clock continues to run, 1:42. This would be a big touchdown for the Stags.
Yes, it would.
Get themselves back in this ball game, and with still a whole quarter to go. They're overloaded on the left-hand side. Again, kind of a jagged takeoff, but he's in. Lindsted's in for the, I'm sorry, Ian Trafford in for the touchdown. So that puts Cheverus back in the ballgame, 28-13 with a kick coming. That's interesting how jagged that takeoff is. You know, you could make the case that you keep the guys on that side of the line not coming in hard because nobody moved.
Right.
But the rest of the play's going on. So here's the kick. Here's the snap. Maybe. Reality holding. It's a little low. The placement is up, and my God, those are two of the ugliest kicks I've ever seen. First one hit the goalpost and went over. This one was a moonshot and dropped over. Looked like a pop-up to center field. But it's good. So 28-14 with 1:23 to go here in the third period. We're coming to you live from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Central Maine Community College Ham-Lumber Game of the Week. We'll be right back after this minute of messages.
Ever had that sinking feeling that your auto loan payment isn't as low as it could be? Worry no more. Oxford Federal Credit Union can work with you to refinance your loan to see if we can save you money. Our process is easy and our loans offer flexible repayment options. Don't keep wondering if you can save money. Call Oxford Federal or apply online at oxfordfcu.org or from your mobile device using Oxford FCU mobile app.
We're back from Bulo Stadium, 28-14 now. Cheverus, Ian Trafford, 3-yard scamper, if you will, up the middle. So the kickoff was into the end zone. The ball comes out to the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. So this tightens the ball game up a little bit more with 1:23 to go in the third and the entire fourth period left. So see what they do with this. So the Vikings come out. They've got pretty much their typical formation all day. Double slots, one back in the backfield with Colton Carson. He's going to drop straight back, fake, and he's going to go deep. He's got a man open. He catches it. He's going all the way. An 80-yarder. Is that Alex Turner?
Yep, it is.
Well, a little fake. I think they set that one up, and he was gone. 80 yards. Touchdown pass from Colton Carson to Alex Turner. 80 yards. Wow. Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Yeah, he bit on the hitch and go, and there was
just
no one near him.
Just a little shoulder fake and a hitch and go, and he was gone. 34-14, 1:11 to go here in the third period. Here's Yannick Luchka to kick. Kick is down, and it is straight through. 35-14. Central Maine Community College Ham-Lumber Game of the Week. We'll be right back after these messages.
No one likes to wait for anything. Who has extra time to waste?
The answer is no one.
We get it. It used to be hard to get in here, but things have changed.
We know that when you're in pain, you want to see the right doctor right away.
Your world is moving fast, and so are we.
If you've been hurt at work, at home, on the field, or on the course, we can see you fast.
Ortho Access is now open in Auburn at CMO Monday through Friday, 11 to 5. Come visit us with your acute injuries, pains, and strains. We'll get you back to the activities you love.
We're back from Bulo Stadium, 1:05 to go here in the third period. Oxford Hills 35, Cheverus 14. Dave Wing alongside Tasker Winslow. The kickoff by Oxford Hills is brought out to the Cheverus 35-yard line on the left hash mark. So the Stags now, after an 80-yard touchdown pass from Colton Carson to Alex Turner, has increased the lead here. So Cheverus again with the task of having to come from a bigger score from behind. Reality's got up under center. His motion. Ball's on the ground. Ball was fumbled. I think Oxford Hills has it. It's Parker LaFrance. So he's got 3 touchdowns and a fumble recovery.
Number 15, Parker
it was fullback belly coming to the right-hand side, and it just popped out, and LaFrance fell on it. So the Vikings get the ball now with 1:01 to go here.
On the Cheverus 36-yard line.
On the Cheverus 36-yard line, as you could hear the PA announcer. So we're coming to you from the Ox 96.9, 1450 AM and MBR radio. Colton Carson brings them out. Double slot. He's going to drop straight back. He's got a man out here in the flat. Oh, and it's going to be caught. Nice catch.
That's Johnny Pruitt.
By Pruitt. We haven't called his name much, but that's a great catch. Nice little flag, if you will. And under a minute to go here in the third period, and it's going to take the ball down to the the Cheverus 13-yard line.
Yep.
Nice looking pass and a great catch by Pruitt.
Colton Carson's dropping dimes right now.
Showing the ball pretty well. I think their confidence is about an all-time high. Handoff inside, I missed it. Somebody was in front of me.
LaFrance just inside the 10-yard line.
Okay, LaFrance down inside the 10, so second down and 10 from the just inside the 10. They'd call it the 9 probably, but it's right on the 10. 32 seconds to go. Oxford Hill is up 35-14.
Second down and 7.
Okay, they got a split, and they got an H-back in the backfield. And they're going to run fake, and Colton Carson's going to go in almost untouched for the touchdown. So that fumble turns into a Colton Carson 9-yard run or 10-yard run. 13, what are you talking about? 9. 9-yard run. By Carson.
So now he has an 11-yard touchdown run, 80-yard touchdown throw, and a 9-yard touchdown run.
So the kick by Luchka is good. That's going to make it 42-14 as a little bit of a hush falls over the crowd here. This is Central Maine Community College Hammer-Lumber Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. We're going to take a quick 30-second break here with the score 42-14, Oxford Hills. We'll be right back.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Line right up the middle, driving hard. Oh, good leg drive all the way out to the 37-yard line.
35 to the 36-yard line.
Taken by Tompkins. Nice run by Tompkins. 9.7 seconds to go. 42-14. The Oxford Hills Vikings ahead of the Cheverus Stags here at Bulow Stadium on a beautiful day for football here in late September. Even though I've got a sweatshirt on. I'm always cold. The Stags are going to come out now, 9.7 seconds left. They've got double split on the left, I formation. Here's just a rip-off tackle. Going to pick up about 3 or 4. That's Ian Trafford on the carry, and that'll take care of the third period. So at the end of 3 here at Bulo Stadium, it's Oxford. Take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians, doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Health Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
We are back here. Dave Wing alongside Tasker Winslow. Tyler Farnham on the camera. Start of the fourth quarter. Oxford Hills Vikings 42. The Cheverus Stags 14.
Well, it was pretty close going into the second half, but...
Well, you know, I think that Oxford Hills has taken advantage of what's been given to them. An 80-yard hitch and go with a nice fake by Colton Carson. He also ran one in France. I mean, they've done everything that they wanted to do here in the second half, and the Stags haven't really had an answer. They did drive down and get one touchdown by Ian Trafford, a 3-yard run, but then they coughed the ball up and it turned into a touchdown. So we'll see what the Stags have going here at the start of the fourth quarter. Double wing, 2 tights. Motion is fullback belly, and he picks up pretty good yardage. And there's a penalty flag.
36 Tegan Lindstead out to the 45-yard line.
They call that a late hit? What are they calling that?
Yep, it looks like it, which is wrong, but it's what we expect.
So let's see what the signal is. Personal foul against the Vikings.
Okay,
so that'll be a 15-yard penalty. I think they called it a late hit.
Yeah, but what these refs need to understand is that it's not a late hit until the person is down. He was on top of a defender.
Well,
so
I've complained things that we've seen is since they've allowed aiding the runner, which I don't agree with. You shouldn't be able to. So what you see is a rugby match, and then you get a play like that where a guy's locked up and a kid comes in to finish it off because otherwise, more yards, and it's a penalty. I formation, split end to the right. Here's the pitch going wide. And again, Turner with a great open field tackle here with 11:43 to go here in the ball game with the Vikings scoring for Oxford Hills. 36-yard run by LaFrance, 12-yard run by Colton Carson, a 31-yard pass by Carson to LaFrance, a 22-yard LaFrance run, an 80-yard pass to Turner from Carson, and Carson a 9-yard run. That is the scoring for Oxford Hills. For Cheverus, Marone a 42-yard waggle pass, and Ian Trafford a 3-yard run. So 2nd down and 8. I formation, guard trap up the middle, and number 43. Cole Dunham on the tackle to stop it. It would have been even a bigger gain.
3rd down and 2.
So 3rd and 2 with 10:39 to go. And again, Cheverus, what we're seeing is I think with the score, they're running their regular stuff really to practice for next week almost like.
Right.
So here's fullback belly again. Trafford looks like he's going to get the first down.
36 Lindstead.
I'm sorry, Lindstead. Lindstead and Trafford, they keep changing positions here. So
tackle on the play to number 3, Alex Turner.
We got a score here from Maddie. Yale Bulldogs lead the Black Bears 14-0 at the half. Of course, the Black Bears playing without their number 1 quarterback. No, I'm sorry, Fitzpatrick is playing. I thought they were going to start Robinson, so we'll have to ask him. Double wing, Tompkins in motion, tries to get the corner, the ball's coughed up. Colton Carson, he doesn't fall on it. I think the ball went over, Cheverus kept possession, I believe.
I don't think so.
Colton Carson had it clearly, and suddenly it was free again.
Looked like Colton dove over it, never even put his hands out, but
No, it's going to turn over.
Yep.
So the man came in from the outside. I didn't see who made the initial hit, but Tompkins had to go in the ball game, 42-14. The Vikings, both teams 3-1 coming in, and the Vikings losing to Sanford, and they've looked pretty good today. Double wing, 2 splits. Colton Carson going to drop. It's a quick screen, and it's overthrown just as well because they had that baby covered.
I think Colton Carson meant to do that.
Yeah, I think he saw the guy coming, and he might as well throw it away. So Lushka, Yannick Lushka, there for the pass, and it was overthrown.
Broken up by number 2, Anthony
Anthony
Passetti.
Passetti on the coverage. So 9:48 to go in the ball game. As the here's motion. They're going to fake the jet sweep, and Colton Carson going to carry the ball. He's just going to power his way for the first down.
It's going to be close.
Are they saying it's a fumble? No, there are a lot of people scrummaging around there. No, Colton Carson still has it. Wow.
Yep.
They're going to give him the first down. It's always interesting how they've decided this.
Yeah.
I didn't even think he looked. So first down with 9:25 and counting here in the fourth quarter, 42-14. The Vikings in the lead. Dave Wing alongside Tasco Winslow on a beautiful Saturday for football. Motion. Handoff to the fullback. Again, the fake of the jet sweep and a trap inside, but not much there. Number 7.
Colby Van Decker.
Colby Van Decker on the carry. They called his name much today, on offense anyway.
Right.
So second down and 8 for the Vikings as the clock continues to run. I'm not sure we'll see much passing. I think the slip screen, as I call it, or the bubble screen, some people call it, that's really a running play. You're just going to toss it out and get him away from all the garbage, but it's not a downfield pass. I think the Vikings would like to run the clock as much as they can. Colton Carson in the gun. He's got LaFrance with him. His motion. His inside corner to LaFrance. He's got some open space. He's going to pick up the first down, and he's going to go out of bounds at the Cheverus 44-yard line, 45, I guess, maybe. Didn't want to go out of bounds, but that's all right. He'll take the yardage. So it was the fake of the jet sweep and then a counter going back the other way with LaFrance. And he picks up the first nice 9-yard, 10-yard run for the first down.
Yep.
We're coming to you this from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. This is the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. First and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Stags. 2 splits. Carson going to turn, hand the ball to up inside to Van Decker, Colby Van Decker. I just said we hadn't called his name. We called it twice in 3 plays all of a sudden. So, again, giving somebody else a little chance to carry the ball a little bit.
Yep. He's going to get a lot more touches next year.
Yeah, he's a junior. He'll be coming back to get in the ball a lot more. So, again, the Vikings try to run the clock. 7:33 to go here.
Stay at home, man.
(42-14). The Vikings in a commanding lead, and they're just trying to grind the clock out. His motion. Oh, Colton Carson going to drop back. Oh, he's got under pressure, and he's going down. Not sure of that call, Tasker. I think you run the ball here as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
They don't need more points. They need to run the clock.
Right.
Easy for me to say. Probably coach will be calling me Monday and saying, hey, what are you arguing? What are you complaining about?
Yeah.
But I think this is, you need first downs. You don't need more points.
Well, now they kind of have to throw.
No, I guess.
They don't have to.
Maybe a screen pass or this would be quarterback draw, maybe, something like that.
Actually, quarterback draw, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that here.
Yeah, 6:36, 42-14. The Vikings double split. Might see jet sweep. We'll see. We haven't seen Lushka much on that today. I think they kind of figured that's not going to go. Van Decker again, and not much doing. Again, that's your kind of their, okay, let's run a minute off the clock here.
Yeah.
That's what that was. They'll take their time before Luchka puts them way back. It's such a weapon when you got a guy that can kick like Luchka can, because it changes field position. We saw it early in the first period. I thought it got him a touchdown by changing the field position. And now he can drive Cheverus way back and make them drive the length of the field. Oh, we got a little something shaking here. Guys shifting out to the right. Cheverus moved everybody with him. High snap. He's going to coffin corner it. No, it's going to come right to the hash mark. It's going to be taken and tackled at the 20-yard line.
Great tackle by Tyler LeBlond.
Tyler LeBlond on the tackle. And Colt DeMond on the reception. So, again, like I said, all the way down to the 20-yard line. So, changed the whole field position game by driving it all the way down there. And it's a tremendous weapon. And, you know, as you get into a playoff game where yardage is at a premium, being able to change the field like that is vital. Trust me, I've had good kickers through the years sometimes, and boy, I'll tell you, when you've got a good one, that is a tremendous weapon.
Yeah, like I said, talking about Yannick his sophomore year in that playoff game against EL, when he pinned him back to send it to overtime.
Reale up under center, wing T formation. Oh, I thought the fullback belly. Oh, and he got some good yardage, and all the way out to the 30-yard line. It looks like if not a first down, down close to it. Again, I thought the tight end on this side moved too early. Either that or he's lightning quick, one or the other.
Yeah, it seems like they've been getting away with that a lot. But at this point, it doesn't matter.
No, well, at some point it would. 42-14 with 5:17 to go here at Bulow Stadium. Don't forget, we will have the Goodwin Chevrolet Oxford Hills Player of the Game at the conclusion of today's game. Tasker and I will be going to the field to conduct that. Again, real good defense here on the corner. That is, who we got there? 87, that's J.J. Worcester, and is that Alex Turner again?
Yes.
So we're starting to see quite a few substitutes coming in for Oxford Hills. Again, you might as well get some of those starters that you don't want to roll an ankle about this time of the game with the score the way it is. Get them out of there. Thought we might see Colton Carson out or Yannick out, but Yannick Uchka. But right now they're still in there. So the sun's creeping back out. In case anybody's trying to get a tan. There's just a rip up the middle. Oh, good yardage. That's Ian Trafford again. He's been a stalwart for them the couple games that I've seen. He's got a touchdown, 3-yard touchdown run today. But really, not a great offensive day for the Stags. Down 42-14 here late in the ball game. I formation, guard trap up the middle, and again another nice run. Nice adjustment to get the first down. That is Lindstedt. Lindstedt on the carry with 3:49 to go. They'll set the chains and restart the clock. 42-14.
Stop on the play to number 22, Patrick Payne.
Torres homered to right. Bird scored. The Yankees lead the Red Sox 4-1 in the top of the fourth. Let them have all the fun they want now. Red Sox playing out the string. It's a hard one. You know, what are you going to do when you have that many wins and you're already clinched? Here's Buck Sweep coming this way. And again, decent yardage. That's Ian Trafford again. 3:17 to go here. Dave Wing, Tasker Winslow coming here from the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week and the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth coming to you on the Ox 96.9, 1450 AM and MBR radio. We're pretty much everywhere, aren't we? Really, I mean, you come right down to it. So slot this way, double wing. Motion. Here's Gotttrap up the middle, and nice yardage up the middle. He's going to go right straight up the middle, all the way down to the 25-yard line. With Tegan Lindsay, they both carry the ball some. So the Gotttrap's been really their best play all day. I think that what Oxford Hill said is, we're not going to let Tompkins beat us, and they were everywhere he went to make sure that didn't happen today, because he's been their best ball carrier. So the Gotttrap is, with Lindstedt, good for them today. Double wing again with a split end. His motion, fullback belly. Nice adjustment by Lindstedt again. 2:14 to go. So much better than the game I did last night, 52 to nothing. That wasn't a lot of fun.
Number 50, Ryan Cabral.
So the clock continues to run. Really, Cheverus doing what they do. They're working on their run game. They're going to get ready for next week. I'm not sure who they have, but, you know, it's crazy to be down this score and just throw the ball all over the place. It's not what they do well. So they're working on the things they do well. Here's Buck Sweep coming to the left and going to pick up yardage. It's Ian Trafford again. So he picks up about 5. The ball is down to the 16-yard line.
Stopping the play, number 35.
Down.
And number 32.
I'm telling you, the downs marker guy. It's a good thing this wasn't one of those ones where he would never be set up in time.
Right.
First down in the 16-yard line. The Stags, the ball's on. That's the 4th one today. The 4th fumbled snap. You know, I always blamed it on the quarterback because I was a quarterback. I always say it's the quarterback's fault. Yeah, because it just doesn't come up.
Yeah.
When you look down on the film and you find out the ball's skimming across the ground, it never came up at all.
Right, the old worm burner.
Oh, yeah, the old worm burner. Your hands get a little wet when you're a center and suddenly it doesn't come up well. I always had the one-hand snap because I like the balance of the other one down. Coach Haley liked the two-hand snap, end over end. The quarterback puts his hands, just thumbs together, and the ball comes in. Everybody's a little different. Whatever makes you comfortable. Just off tackle, fullback belly. Under a minute now. We probably have time. I'm not sure if we're going to get one more point. Once they set the clock, the ball ready for play, we may not get another play in.
Tackle on the play, number 32.
Yeah, see, when I'm playing quarterback, I like an end over end, like a pistol snap.
Sure.
But when I play center, I regular shotgun.
Sure. Yeah,
like
just
I'm
turn
throwing
it. Little turn. Yeah. So that's going to end the ball game. The final score is 42-14. The Oxford Hills Vikings come in and steal one from the Cheverus Stags. We're going to take a quick break. I'm not. We need to find out, guys from the station. Let us know how many more ads we need. We're going to get out on the field and interview the Goodwin Chevy Oxford Hills Player of the Game. I know you have one picked out, and we'll see if we agree. So the final score for the final time is Oxford Hills 42, Cheverus 14. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Ortho Access is an orthopedic walk-in clinic, and it's the only one in the state of Maine. It's designed to sort of meet patients where they are, so meet our patients and our community's needs.
I bring the patients in, I'll do the initial triage, kind of get their history of what happened, determine what body part hurts, and figure out what medications they're on, I'll get their background information. Once I get that information, I'll talk with the provider and determine whether they need imaging.
I'll go in the room, examine the patient, we'll review the x-rays together, and then decide if the patient needs blood work or further imaging like an MRI, which is easy because we have MRI right here. It's very convenient for people. Or any splinting, casting, we do that all right here as well. So people tend to be pretty happy with sort of everything in one place.
We'll see fractures, so we see plenty of broken bones, and it's a lot of extremities, so a lot of foot, ankle, and wrist injuries. We see plenty of people who are coming in because they're worried that they have something big or they have a broken bone, and so we're here sort of for reassurance a lot of times that they don't.
We see tons of athletes right off of the field. A lot of the local athletic trainers are really good about sending their patients right here instead of sending them to the emergency room, saving them a wait, which is nice. And they can kind of get everything all at once. They can get their x-rays, they can get a brace or a cast if they need it, instead of having to go to multiple different locations.
So the youngest patient I've seen, I think, is probably 18 months. And then I think I've seen a 99-year-old in ortho access. So you can imagine they're coming in with really different problems. Might be a slip on the ice. We've seen a ton of that recently. Or it might be they were at the trampoline park, twisted their ankle, or it might be a football injury where they fell and twisted their knee. We cut out momentum so they get right into OA, get x-rays if they need that, and either get the treatment that they need right off the bat or high-level triage and get them to the next provider who really should see them.
Usually we are busiest right when we open. Later on, the use slows and the wait time is significantly less. We've had people start at the ER and left because they're so frustrated and come here and are in and out within an hour, which is nice.
It does feel good. I mean, patients say, "Wow, this is great. You know, this is a lot better than sitting in the waiting room in an emergency room where usually there's a ton of orthopedic issues that come into ERs, and most of them are not going to be urgent, so they're naturally they're going to be waiting a longer period. So yeah, it does feel good."
Okay. I don't have to do anything, right? We are back here at Bulow Stadium on the campus of Cheverus High School. 42-14, the Oxford Hills Vikings come in and take a commanding, a dominating game for them. Actually, Paco LaFrance, who's our Goodwin Chevy player of the game, dropped a touchdown pass clear, all alone, turned it around and scored 4 touchdowns for the game. Otherwise than that, and Colton Carson fumbled the ball on the 5-yard line going in. Otherwise, the score is even more than it was right there. So a dominating performance by the Vikings. They started the scoring on a 36-yard run by LaFrance, followed up with a 12-yard run by Colton Carson, a 31-yard touchdown pass from Colton Carson to LaFrance, and that's after he dropped one. A 22-yard run by LaFrance, an 80-yard pass from Colton Carson to Alex Turner, and finally a 9-yard touchdown run by Colton Carson. So tough choice to decide who the player of the game would be, but we got together during the timeout and decided it would be Parker LaFrance. We thought he had a tremendous game, well-deserved, and I think the biggest thing is he dropped a short touchdown pass and didn't let it, well, at least we didn't visually see that it let him bother him. He came back more determined and scored 4 touchdowns for the Vikings. So, like I say, a dominating performance. It looks like the Vikings will slide up into that number 2 slot behind Portland and try to hold on to that spot through the coming weeks to make sure that they get that bye in the playoffs. So, nice win for the Vikings. Tough loss for Cheverus. They dropped to 3-2. The Vikings moved to 4-1. We've been coming to you live from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. It's the Central Maine Community College Hammer Lumber Game of the Week. You've listened to us on the 96.9 The Ox, 1450 AM and MBR radio. Thanks to the people back at the studio. Tasco Winslow has gone to the field for an interview with our Goodwin Chevy player of the game, Parker LaFrance. Signing off, this is Dave Wing. We'll see you next time.